Welcome to the 2019 Canada Games Wheelchair Basketball Tournament here at the Gary Harris Center at the campus of Red Deer College. I am your play-by-play man, Mitch Robson, bringing you the action this afternoon and all week here at the Wheelchair Basketball Tournament at the 2019 Canada Games. Crowd still filing in here this morning, but you wouldn't think of it as we got a raucous bunch heading into the gym right now for our first game of the day between Team Ontario and Team Nova Scotia. A couple of Eastern teams going at it this morning. Starting lineups for each squad. For Team Ontario, we have number 4, Eric Voss, number 6, Mike Colonzo, number 10, Lee Melmick, number 11, Adel Ahmed, and number 96, Aaron McDonald. On the Nova Scotia side of things, we have number 11, Jack Sampson, number 16, Kayla McKinnon, number 26, Matt Budgel, as well as number 3, D. Osmond, and number 23, Jason Drost. Team shaking hands, ready to get things going as the crowd files in. Players to watch on Team Ontario. Number 6, Mike Colonzo, was the MVP of the 2018 Canadian Wheelchair Basketball Championship. So a lot of talent on this Team Ontario side. They got a lot of size and a lot of power, and they win the tip. Melmick will bring it forward. He's tripped up, recovered by Voss. Colonzo will bring it out and reset, and a stoppage here. Inbounds for Melmick. Voss probing around the three-point line. Calls out instructions. They send Melmick in. Voss dumps it down to Aaron McDonald. Rims out. Rebound Nova Scotia. Osmond will push up to Matt Budgel, number 26, the big man. He gets called for a travel. We'll go the other way. A lot of posturing going on here on the inbounds. D. Osmond knocked over. She's back up. Melmick over to Colonzo, and they got a mini break here. Down to McDonald. He's sealed off on the baseline. Raises up, shoots. That one's off back of the rim, gets his own rebound. Gonna give it another shot. And that one's good. Ontario on the board first. 2-zip. This is Jack Sampson, number 11 for Nova Scotia. Been playing well up until this tournament, had a triple-double in the qualifying games out in the Atlantic against New Brunswick, so he can fill up the stat sheet. Budgel sealed off, shot clock down to 3. He's gonna have to heave it up with the left hand. Almost got it to drop, no good though. Here comes Colonzo. Over to the left side. Trap, that one's knocked out of bounds. Melmick will inbound. McDonald comes flying over the screen. Handoff back to Melmick. He's going to settle in at the elbow and pull that one. Off front rim, no good. Ontario off to a 1-for-4 start from the field. Here comes Budgel. Trying to get a screen from Sampson. The defender got chipped there. Ahmed, and he's fouled and one. No, they won't count it. They're going to give it to him on the floor before the shot, so it will be a Nova Scotia inbounds. Budgel trying to spin free. Can't shake Colonzo. Tries to get the screen there. He's trapped in the middle of 3 defenders. Here's Sampson, nearly stripped, has to chuck it, no good. Ontario doing a great job on these first couple possessions. Nova Scotia not able to get into their offense whatsoever, forced to take long jumpers. Here's Melnick, no one picks him up. He fires from the free throw line. That one rattles around and good. 4-0 Ontario. Budget looking to get Nova Scotia on the board, break this scoreless drought. And they cannot even get inside the three-point line right now. Osmond has a lane. She can't get there. Melnick with a quick recovery. Here's Budget with the free throw line, trying to get that one off. Back of the rim, no good. And Colonzo on a break here all by himself. Easy roll and a layup off the front rim, no good. McDonald late. And he's fouled, and he'll get 2 shots. Foul on 16, Kayla McKinnon. That's her first. First team foul as well for Nova Scotia. Aaron McDonald, one of Team Ontario's best players, native of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, but playing for Ontario. First free throw, back of the rim, no good. Second one up. That one goes through. Slow start to this game. Early morning, players easing in. McDonald sealed off. And Osmond gets to the free throw line, tried to handle it with one hand, and she's picked by Adele Ahmed. And he's fouled, trying to recover. That's Matthew Bagel's first foul for Nova Scotia on the reach. Some substitutions coming in for Nova Scotia now. Number 10, Benjamin Power, and number 6, Justin Stevens, in for Jack Sampson and Dee Osmond. Benjamin Power from Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, home of an athlete many Canadians are familiar with, Sidney Crosby. We'll see if he can channel some of that energy on the court. Here's Ahmed. The lane kind of opens up in front of him. He dishes it back to Voss. They throw down to McDonald, who has a screen, and that's his spot on the baseline. Another one off, though. No good. And trapped there was Justin Stevens. Eric Voss really didn't do much, just kind of sealed him off. Didn't know what to do and turns it over. Ontario will inbound again, looking to build on this 5-0 lead. Melnick just in front of the three-point arc. Thought about it, no. Dumps it down McDonald, and he fumbles it out of bounds. Nova Scotia now over 6 minutes scoreless. How will they find a way to get on the board? Voss doing a great job sealing him off, and the ball's just lost. Colonzo tried to recover it. It's scooped back up by Power. He recovers. And the shot clock reset, even though no change of possession happened. Official's going to correct that here. They'll reset to 7 on the clock for Nova Scotia to get a shot off. Ontario will take a timeout here, give the guys on the court a little rest after a 5-0 physical start in this one. And if you're Nova Scotia here, you got to try to think about what you want to do You haven't been able to get inside at all so far against this Ontario defense. You've been sealed off on the three-point line. What are you going to be able to do to get yourself into the bucket and either draw a foul or get 2 points? Ontario will retake to the floor. No substitutions. Same five-man unit at the start of the ballgame. And you see Eric Voss, number 4 for Ontario, and Matt Budgell really battling here, trying to deny him that positioning off this inbounds. Two of the most physical players on each side. Matchup to watch. Jordan Stevens checks in for Nova Scotia, number 14, and big foul there on Justin Stevens as Eric Voss takes him out. Here's Budgell, guarded by Voss again. Will he try to take it at him and draw that second foul? Nope. Stevens tripped up trying to come over the screen. Here's Power beyond the arc. He's going to launch a deep one. Backboard only, and Ontario will bring it forward. Colonzo with a lot of speed. Nobody picked up the ball, and that's an easy lay-in. Ontario up 7-0. And Ontario puts a full press on here, trying to deny the inbounds, and it's picked off by McDonald. Into Colonzo. Underneath. That one's good. And Ontario picking up the pace right now. Quick 9-0 lead as we hit the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Justin Stevens sealed off, and that's a 9-second violation. As Nova Scotia has nothing going to get in the front court, and Ontario really flexing their muscle right now.
There's a technical foul charged to number 10, Benjamin Power. This is first. It would be the third team foul.
And that was a tech charge to Ben Power of Nova Scotia. So Eric Voss will get a free throw out of it. Voss settles in. Lefty stroke. No good. Lee Melnick inbounds for Ontario, and a couple subs get set to check in for Ontario. Down to Ahmed, wasn't ready for the pass, and recovered by Colonzo. Be a violation and turnover. 3 in the key. Now Nova Scotia, can they get it over the timeline? Lobs it. And that's an easy pick for Aaron McDonald. He comes forward with speed. Nobody picks him up. Pump fake, shot, up, no good off the back of the rim. Here's Stevens trapped. He's got to get it over in another 8-second call. Nova Scotia totally lost right now trying to get it into the front court. Cannot do it. 2 subs coming in for Team Ontario.
Substitutions for Team Ontario.
McDonald and Melnick will check out. Number 22, Eric Robinizniks will check in for Ontario, as well as number 19, Puisan Lai. Voss. Nobody picks him up at the free throw line. They're going to give him that shot, and he drains it. 11-0 for Ontario. Nova Scotia yet to get on the board here in the first quarter. Budgell fumbles it away. Unfortunate break there. Voss will scoop it. Go forward. Gets a screen from Ahmed. Frees himself. Now he's got some space to work. Voss wheeling around. He's got some more space. Gets the angle. Tipped inside. Fouled. They'll inbound to the baseline. Jack Sampson picks up his first foul. That's Nova Scotia's 4th team foul here in the first quarter. Voss over to Colonzo. The trendsetter for this Ontario team. Here's Ahmed on the other side. He's got a shot, chucks it up with his left hand, no good. And D. Osmond stripped there. Who touched it last? It will stay with Nova Scotia. And an easy interception there for Colonzo. Off the pass from Kayla McKinnon. Here's Voss inside. He's tipped, no call, but he gets the layup to drop regardless. 13-0 for Ontario. Osmond trapped. She's knocked back. Has to just throw it away. And here's Rabinizniks. Over to Voss. He's open. Another layup. High off the glass. No good. Ahmed's drilled after getting the rebound by Budgell. That will be his second foul. Ontario absolutely rolling right now. Nothing going the way of the Nova Scotians. The pressure from the Ontario defense just suffocating Nova Scotia's offense as they try to break this press, but they've been unable to do it. The initial hit on their ball handlers in the backcourt, you can't get a thing going past half. We will reset the action here. 2:46 remaining in the first quarter. Ontario up 13-zip. Ahmed at the free throw line for Team Ontario, the Toronto native, 19 years old. And officials here discussing something as they reset the clock once again to 14 on the shot clock. Confusion. This thing? Oh, wait a minute. There's another one here. Yeah, this is me. All right, we've got everything sorted out now. Ahmed will take the free throws. Off the back rim. Tip, but he gets his own rebound. Here's Voss. Outside, Rabinizniks. He'll fire away. Off the side of the rim, Voss tries to save it. Wow, great play right there. Reaching out and staying in bounds. Whipped inside from Colonzo. He can't hold on, but really nice hustle from Eric Voss on that play. And they pull off the press here. Finally, Nova Scotia able to bring it into the front court. That's D. Osmond from Halifax spinning around. Trying to probe. They still can't get inside that three-point arc. There it is. Power on the cut, but Colonzo undercuts the pass. Launches it up to Voss. He's got Ahmed on the other side. 2-on-2. And a great screen to free Voss up. And an easy two. Really nice play there by Ahmed, getting in between the two defenders and creating the wide open lane for Eric Voss for a lay-in. 15-0 as we're under 2 to go in the first quarter. Sampson finally gets Nova Scotia on the board. Gun underneath onto the low block, goes right hand off glass and in. And now Nova Scotia will put on a little pressure in the backcourt. Voss spins free. Up to Rabizniks. He's got a lot of open space there. Gets inside, dumps it to nobody in particular. That's a turnover. And now Sampson on a leak out. He's sealed off by Voss and loses the ball. Heady play right there by Eric Voss. Really setting the tone on both ends for Ontario with this physicality right now. Cross-court pass, saved, spun around. Rabiznik's shot, that one's good. 17-2 Ontario, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Osmond brings it forward. She's sealed off by Voss. There's power on a cut to the elbow. And he's going to put one up short. Saved by Rabizniks. Up to Voss. There's Colonzo down low. Can't get it to go off the back of the rim. Nova Scotia will get it with one possession left here in the first quarter. 24 seconds to go. Late substitution here on the last possession for Nova Scotia. Number 14, Jordan Stevens, will check in for number 23, Jason Drost. Here's Osmond. What's her plan? 14 seconds to go. She's got some space. If she wants to shoot, she will. Put it up off the backboard, no good. Colonzo, gets it stripped by Sampson. That one's off the backboard. Launched it, had more time than he thought. Second attempt, no good, and the first quarter comes to a close with Ontario putting out a dominant 17-2 effort. At the end of the first quarter, we will be right back with the second quarter after this. We are back for the second quarter of Game 1 of the wheelchair basketball tournament here at the 2019 Canada Games. Ontario leads 17-2 after a dominant first quarter here over Nova Scotia. Ben Power will give it to Osman. She's kind of been the trendsetter so far for Nova Scotia. And Sampson had a huge height advantage there over Poussin Lai, but couldn't get a shot off, and the ref stopped play for a minute. Looking to get another reset on the clock. Reset the shot clock once again to 14 here. Here's Osman. She's got some space, and she'll launch that one. No good. Rebound just checked in for Ontario, number 83, Zoe Hahn, and she'll bring it across herself. Number 14, Manny Hody, in for Ontario as well, and there's Voss leading to his game-high total with another lay-in inside. He has not left the floor yet for Ontario. Here comes Power. Over to Osman. Sampson. He'll fire that one. That was a bullet, but it drops. And he's got all 4 Nova Scotia points. 16-year-old from Brookside, Nova Scotia, has a lot of potential to keep growing as a player as well. Here's Lai. Nobody picks her up. She dumps that into Hody. He's got position and gets it stripped out of bounds. Will stay with Ontario. Hahn inbounds. Lai. She's hesitating, waiting, and puts up a shot. Kind of snuck that one in. Manny Hody trying to grab the rebound. That one's no good. Sampson over to Osman. Here's Osman, down to Power. Nifty little fake there, and he gets the layup to go. Hesitation move on Zoe Hahn, freed himself up, and an easy shot in the paint. And Nova Scotia starts the quarter on a 4-2 run. 19-6 is the score. Voss, free throw line, down to Lai. She's no good. On the other side, Rubizniks dumps it in, and Eric's got 6 points. Here's Power. Kind of a shifty ball handler. Osman's going to roll into that shot. No good. Off the side of the rim. And Voss will just let it drop out of bounds. Here's Lai. Rubizniks on the baseline, fires it back to Hahn. She recovers, nope, stripped. Sampson gets his hand in there. And here comes Power. Great transition defense by Ontario right there. Could have been a break, but they get back in time and force an offensive foul. That's D. Osman's first foul of the game. Rubizniks rips that one over to Hody, and tough pass to handle there off the bounce inside. Can't get it. Voss looking around. He'll put it up, no good. Hody right there. Asleep was number 14, Jordan Stevens. Didn't see that ball coming. And a whistle. And another shot clock reset. Hahn will inbound on the reset. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Ontario to get a look. Hody inside, taking up space. Voss at the elbow, puts that one up. The rainbow is down and good. Sampson over the timeline. Over to Osman. Nowhere to go. Ontario once again denying any cut from Nova Scotia here. Osman, 3 on the clock. She launches that jumper, no good. Here goes Rabizniks. He's got Hahn wide open down the left side. And mechanical mishap here. He's on live, rips something out of her spoke. Nova Scotia will take a timeout, resettle things. Timeout comes to a close. Ontario leading 23-6 here midway through the second quarter. That's Aaron McDonald back into the game, and he drops it in. And McDonald's got those long arms. Very tough to contest it when he goes up in the paint. Puts Ontario up by 19. Osmond calls out some instructions as she comes over the timeline. She's got an open lane. Colonzo seals her off. That one's no good. Here goes McDonald with speed. Colonzo leaking out in front of the pack. And an easy, oh, he blew the layup right there. A little too nonchalant. And he'll have to get back on D. Here comes Ben Power. Sealed off by Colonzo, really locking him down, swiping for the ball. And he just has to launch that one-handed, had no chance. And that one's tipped around, picked up by Sampson. Shot clock didn't reset. It'll be a miss. Here goes McDonald, weaving down to Colonzo. Nice catch and finish. Sampson sealed off. Dumps it down low to Power. Tough pass coming from the other side, and Colonzo strips him once again. He's got McDonald leaking out. Whips that one. Really nice feed down low, but McDonald can't finish. Osmond's knocked and stopped. She gets it up to Power. He'll launch that one from deep off front rim, no good. Colonzo trapped and fouled. Sampson right there, a little frustration, just reached in.
Team Nova Scotia, number 11, James Sampson. That's his second
That's
personal
Sampson's
foul.
second foul.
His second team foul.
And they're going to pull him out, looks like. For Matt Budgel.
Substitute Team Nova Scotia, back in the game, number 26, Matthew Mitchell.
Colonzo, a little too high for Manny Hody underneath. And there's Budgel on the break, and he finishes with his left hand. Nova Scotia getting into a little bit more of their offense now, finding a few more ways to break this Ontario D. Colonzo, space over to Zoe Hahn. Nice cross-court pass. She puts that up, rattles around, no good. McDonald goes up for the rebound and is thrown down by Budgel. Oh, they're going to give that foul to McDonald for an offensive foul. Ontario's first team foul of the quarter as well. Budgel looks around. Just over 3 to go. Ontario's lead holding at 19. Osmond at the elbow. She's got an open look. That one too hard off the back of the rim. Budgel sealed off by Hody. That's Kayla McKinnon. Gives it back. Budgel looking for space to work. He's got nowhere to go. Trip. Hody gets screened. Nice open look there, and he drains it. Kayla McKinnon there gets the assist with a nice screen on Manny Hody, and Nova Scotia gets to double digits. Here's Zoe Hahn over to McDonald. Stuck at the elbow. That's his spot on the baseline. He likes it, uses the glass for an easy 2. Here's Osmond, sets up on the left wing. Down to Budgel. He's been rolling here the last few minutes, and he's got 6 in a row for Team Nova Scotia. Colonzo, Hody right under the basket. That's an easy 2. And he's done a great job since checking into the ball game of creating space underneath. And Budgel gets that one tipped away. Colonzo right there. It's a race for it. He'll pick it up with ease, go behind the back, roll in, layup. Off the front rim, no good. McDonald's there for the rebound, and he makes good on it. And those two form a ferocious tandem in the front court. 33-12, under a minute to go here in the first half. Here's Power, looking around. That one's no good. Here's Colonzo, dumps it down inside. Hody's got nobody on him, and another easy 2. Now, if you're Nova Scotia here, you got to hold for 1 shot. Shot clock will turn off. Get a good possession and go into the half on a positive note. Osmond whips around. Tip, power, 4, 3 seconds to go. He's going to just have to heave it. He does, off the side of the rim, no good. So at the end of the first half, Team Ontario puts out a dominant defensive performance, leading 35-12 as we go to the break. We'll be back in about 10-12 minutes time with the second half. Welcome back inside the Gary Harris Center at Red Deer College. Second half about to get underway here between Team Ontario and Team Nova Scotia. Ontario leading 35-12. Dominant first half for Ontario. Eric Voss leading the way with 10 points. Aaron McDonald has 9 as well for Ontario. 6 from Michael Colonzo in their big 3. Leading the way for Nova Scotia, it's been Matthew Budgell and Jack Corbett.
So we'll leave you guys with this extension cord till the game's done. And then in between games, when we're not panicked for time about getting things fired back up, we'll see if we can run it over to that part over there.
Osmond trapped on the outside. She has to fire it away and didn't get it off in time. That'll be a shot clock violation. Voss looking around on the outside. Dumps that into Rubizniks. He's fouled and one. Count it. Nice take, staying composed there and knocking it down for Eric Rubizniks. Rubizniks at the foul line. We'll put that one up off the back of the rim. Can't get the friendly roll. Ontario leading 39-12. Here's Bajel. That one's no good. Rubizniks, nobody picks him up. Nobody picks up Voss either, and he scoots down the lane for an uncontested layup. D. Osmond will bring it forward for Nova Scotia. She's trapped there. That's into the game number 0 for Ontario, Vanessa Giancaterini. There's McKinnon with her left hand, can't get the bounce. Rubizniks calling out instructions, leads the pack. Zips back around, pass to Giancaterini. Miscommunication there, she spun the other way. Here's Osmond. Looking around, and Voss got caught there on Budgell's chair, and he couldn't seal off his player. But regardless, Ontario gets a miss and a leak out here. Rubizniks composes himself and an easy lay-in. Here's Osmond. She has some space. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. Voss on a leak out once again as Ontario picks up right where they left off here to start the second half. Here's Bajel. Osmond, she's got some space. Late closeout there, and Osmond drains it from the elbow. Here's Voss looking around. Rubizniks. A lot of room inside to Giancaterini. She fumbled it away. McDonald's right there to clean it up and put it in. 45-14, Ontario leads. Osman back to Budgel. He wants to launch from deep off the backboard. No good. This one's picked up by Voss. Probing around, looking. He's left wide open, says, why not? I'll take it. No good. Here's Budgel. That one off the front of the rim, no good. That'll be an offensive foul. Budgel picks up his third. Jack Sampson back in for Nova Scotia alongside number 23, Jason Drost. That one's stolen away by Sampson. McDonald wasn't looking for the ball. And Sampson fouled as he tries to get to the paint. Be a side out of bounds. And that foul will go on Sarah Black for Ontario in her first action, number 9.
It is the first team foul of the second half.
For Ontario, 23 years old from the Beaches in Toronto. And Budgel slams that one away. It'll be Ontario basketball. Here's Black looking around. She's got some room. Giancaterini in there to try to take up a defender, and she fires it up with one hand. No good. McDonald picks that one off easily. And now Sampson stops himself. McDonald nearly looked like he carried that one. Weaved around. That's an air ball. Manny Hody recovers. Giancaterini, she's got space. Look to shoot. Nope. Back to Melnick. No good. Tipped around. Budgel. Loose. Giancaterini fires it backwards over her head. Try to avoid the shot clock violation, but we'll go back to the Nova Scotians. Ontario leading 47-14, under 4 to go here in the third quarter. And McKinnon on that out of bounds line. It'll go back to Ontario. Giancaterini, that one's tipped out of her hand by Sampson. And it'll stay with Ontario. Lucky break right there, as it looked like it went off the knee of Giancaterini out of bounds. McDonald looking around. He's got Melnick dropping in the lane, and Sampson gets a hand on it, takes it away from him. Here goes Jack Sampson. Wheeling and dealing across the timeline. Calls out some instructions. Some space from deep, dribbles around Giancaterini, got the size mismatch, he's bumped. Can't get it to drop, but he'll head to the foul line. That foul goes to Vanessa Giancaterini. Sampson's first free throw. No good, off the side to the rim. Second one. That one bouncing, gets it. Nova Scotia up to 15 points. 47-15, Ontario leads. Lee Melnick waiting for Hody to get over. He was trapped in the backcourt by Osmond. Leaves it for him. Nice catch by Hody. Tried to get it inside to Sarah Black. Tipped out. Will stay with Ontario. Here's Lee Melnick. And that's blocked by Budgel. Came up, really a shot clock violation. A little upset as he almost had a free break to himself right there, but they will stop the game and inbound it after the violation. Here's Osmond. She's got all the room in the world to operate. Gets it to go off the backboard and in. Thrilling action here as Ontario leads 47-17. McDonald looking around, and Manny Hody is ripped down in the paint. Gets a helping hand from Budgel there. And a little mechanical mishap. Caught in each other's wheels. Freed up, and we'll get going again. Side out of bounds for Ontario here. Hody, he's got space. Thought about it. Back to McDonald. Over to Lee Melnick. Dumps that to nobody in particular. McDonald recovers. Shot up. Drains it just before the buzzer. Ontario extending their lead. Budgel into the front court. Nifty little shake right there. Can't get it to drop. And they got Hody on a break. He's got Black with him as well. Osmond doesn't take the lane, and an easy lay-in for Manny Hody on the inside. (51-17), Ontario leading. Dumped inside to Sampson. Nice catch. Between the arms, gets his own rebound. Recovers. Can't get it to drop. Budgel there to clean up the mess. Melnick. Slicing and dicing. Gets it tipped. Inside to McDonald. One-hand catch. Composes himself. Easy finish. Here goes Sampson. That one's tipped away. We'll stay with Nova Scotia. Just going to have to get it down to Sampson there on the right wing. Wheeling inside, Budgel sealed off. Ball getting hit from all angles. Air ball there, but Sampson there. Can he clean up the mess? Third shot, no good. Tipped again, and finally fouled. He will head to the free throw line with 11 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Hody picks up his first foul of the game. Sampson no good on the first attempt. Second one, rims out. McDonald throws it over to Melnick, and a reach-in called there on Matt Budgel. Oh, correction, it will go on D. Osmond. Her second. Melnick, just down past the free throw line, makes that one. And the third quarter comes to a close with Ontario leading 55-19. We'll be right back after this. Fourth quarter underway here at the first game of the day. Ontario leading 55-19. They have put forth a dominant effort, made a statement here in their first outing of these Canada games that they are definitely a contender to take home the gold. That's Jack Sampson for Nova Scotia. He's been their best player this afternoon. And Colonzo is tripped up from behind by McKinnon. Takes a tough fall. That's Kayla's second foul. This one inbounded to Zoe Hahn, gives it right back to Voss. Voss puts it up with the left hand, off glass and in. Osmond to Sampson. He likes that elbow. Can't knock that one down. Just out of the reach of McKinnon. Hahn operating through traffic. Here's Voss. Picks up speed. He's got Rubizniks hanging out. Drops it down to him. Easy finish. This is number 13, Kendra McClellan, in for Nova Scotia. Gives it back to Osmond. She has not left the floor once in this game. Sampson probing around. Gives it off to Osmond at the elbow. Puts that one up. No good. Colonzo, free release. Another layup is in. 61-19, Ontario leads. And a timeout from Nova Scotia.
The 2019 Canada Winter Games would like to thank all funding parties for their ongoing support of the Games, the Government of Canada, Alberta Sport Connection, and the City of Red Deer.
Action about to get back underway here. And she's out of bounds right there. McClellan back wheel on the line. And Ben Power going to check back in for Nova Scotia.
Substitution for Team Nova Scotia. Into the game is number 10, Benjamin Power.
Here's Voss. Dumping it down Colonzo over to Ahmed. Nice passing right there. And Adil Ahmed has a layup underneath with his left. Here's Osmond over to Power. Power will launch. No good. Rubiznik's easy board. Dump to Colonzo. Nice catch on the move. Can't finish. A little too much sauce on that one. And a violation there on Nova Scotia. It'll go back to Ontario. Zoe Hahn will bring it forward. And Ahmed not letting his player go in the backcourt. Full seal, so 4-on-4. And Colonzo fouled.
Scotia, number 13, Kendra.
And Ahmed once again
That's her first
getting
personal
into it with number 6, Justin Stevens of Nova Scotia. Colonzo knocks the first free throw down. Colonzo's second, off the side of the rim, no good. Voss tries to save it, can't. Gives himself up, and he's right back. And another foul. Call it mid-court here. Justin Stevens there picks up another foul for a push on Nova Scotia. Substitution here. Puisan Lai checking back in for Ontario, and Eric Voss will come out after a good day's work, as will Eric Robizniks, two of the leaders on this Ontario team. Hoti inside. No good. Ahmed, one-hand board. Pulls it back out. Over to Colonzo, floating back, dumps it back down. Little two-man game. He thought about it, checked the shot clock, gets himself to the elbow, throws that one up, no good. Here's D. Osman working on the perimeter. Sealed off, gives herself some space, and not enough juice on that one.
Substitutions for Team Nova Scotia. Into the game, number 23, Jason Dross. Number 8, Julia McKinnon.
Here goes Colonzo. Looking around. There's Hahn. She's got space. Can't knock it down.
Out of bounds, Nova Scotia ball.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the first game of the day here. Ontario up big. Nova Scotia not giving up, still playing, fighting through it, working their offense. McKinnon around the world now. Here's Colonzo. Calling out instructions. Dumps it across to Lai. She spins around, whips it inside. Hahn wasn't ready. Now they throw a deep ball to Budgel. Tipped, and he goes down. All the way out of the chair. And he'll come out here. And McKinnon gets knocked off her mark by Mike Colonzo. Here comes Zoe Hahn. Colonzo inside. What a catch with his right hand, but he can't finish. Here's Power. Working. Top of the key. No good. Lai with the board. She's sealed off, recovers, and Colonzo got in the way of the pass, knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay Nova Scotia ball. Zoe Hahn will check out, and Joanne Lee will take her place for Ontario. Sampson's shot no good. And here goes Colonzo. Up the floor, another leak out. Layup is off the side of the rim, no good. And Sampson waiting down the other way. He's got an open lane. Scoop no good. Gets his own rebound, too far underneath. And a big takedown near midcourt as Colonzo goes down. Gets himself back up. Julia McKinnon picks up the foul right there.
That is her first personal foul. It is the third team foul. Correction, fourth team foul. Substitution for team Nova Scotia in the game, number 14, Jordan Stevens.
Jordan Stevens checking in for Nova Scotia, number 14.
Also substitution for team Ontario back in the game, number 96.
And Aaron McDonald will check in for Mike Colonzo. There's McDonald. Looking around, gonna dump it across to Hothy, who's waiting underneath. Can't get it to drop. Here goes Sampson. He's trapped. Puts it up and makes it. And it'll stay Nova Scotia ball on the inbounds violation from Pisan Lai. Lee Melnick will check in for Adele Ahmed. Looks like his finger got jammed there. And right back to Ontario. Melnick, shot is up and good. Loose ball here. Tip back. Waits till it goes over the half-court line to avoid the violation. Sampson trapped. Nobody cutting. There it is from Power trying to get into the paint. Pass just a second too late. And Justin Stevens down on the far side. They're going to flip him back up. Crowd getting her on, and there he is, back up, ready to go. Power, open, no good. Under 2 to go now. Ontario wrapping up an easy win here in the first game of their tournament. Slicing inside is Melnick for easy 2. Power. He'll let it launch from deep, excuse me. Melnick recovers. There's Lai. She's got a shot. Drains it. They're going to get a late sub in here. D. Osmond will check in for Jack Sampson. Power. Nifty little crossover there. To outside, throws it off the back of the head of McKinnon. She wasn't ready. Down the court, Ontario, 3 shirts. No resistance and an easy lay-in. Oh, he blows it. Houthie too far. And a break for Nova Scotia. Melnick back to Lai. That one's up and good. She's got 4 in a row. Here's Osmond. Under 30 seconds to go. Power. Contested. Shot no good. Melnick looks like he's just going to hold off here. Dribble around as well as Aaron McDonald. And that will do it. Team Ontario wraps up a wire-to-wire 72-23 win here in the first game of the wheelchair basketball tournament at the 2019 Canada Games. A dominant defensive effort in the first half got them out to this big lead. Nova Scotia not ready to compete from the opening tip with that pressure from the Ontario defense. And give them credit, they fought hard to the end of the game, but ultimately fall short in this one, 72-23. We'll be back with the next game of the wheelchair tournament in just a little bit.